name is Mark, and I just kind of want to do a quick little video here, or somewhat quick. And I want to talk about picking because picking, there's two things that have to go, well, there's so many things that have to go on when you're playing music, that you have to be doing something with this hand, and then you have to be doing something with this hand, and then you have to be syncing and coinciding with these two hands, okay? So a lot of people are getting like, they're not focusing, they're focusing on playing a lot of music and stuff, but like if you ever wonder why you can't do what a lot of these phenomenal players do, is because they've developed a picking technique that allows them to facilitate them to do whatever it is that they want. And so if you never facilitate this, or you take years to do it, it's going to hold you down and slow your progress down. So let's not do that, right? Music is about having fun and having a blast and being creative. So hopefully this video will help you guys understand the techniques that are kind of behind this. Now there's some other techniques out there, but I'm not going to confuse the issue. But like if you watch say Eddie Van Halen, when Eddie Van Halen starts speed picking, okay, what's happening is he starts coming from the top of the string. So this is a guitar string, and he's coming like this over the string, and he's slapping it from the top of the string. And you can see here that the pick never leaves the string. And what I'm doing is I'm screwing in and out this light bulb. So if I'm kind of going like this, you would be fan picking this, right, by screwing in and out the light bulb. And you can see here that the pick always rides the string, right? So that's Zeroid picking. And that's why if you were to probably put a tie wrap to, say, a light bulb, and you play it out like this, and you went da 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 da, and you're coming on top of the string as opposed from under the side of the string, you'd be Zeroid picking. And what you've got here is, you can see that I have no rigidity, and you should just be able to shake your hand, shake it all nice and loose. There's not an ounce of rigidity here. And just like screwing in a light bulb, you start making these little motions, and then you would close your hand on your pick. And that's why when you see these guys speed picking, their hand is doing a little flutter. Otherwise, if there's an ounce of rigidity, you can't have this flutter, okay? It's very important that you have this flutter, because it's like a fan pick. You're slapping the strings, and also when you slap the strings, it gives you a very percussive attack. So you could be slapping the strings from the top. So say if I wanted to play, so I would go like this, and I would go ba 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 ba, and I would be playing on the top of the strings, going. And you can see here that I'm screwing in a light bulb, okay? And so that's how guys like Eddie Van Halen, they get in and they Zeroid pick. And you can see here that wiggling this light bulb, very little, starts slapping that string at warp 9. So I suggest that you probably maybe try this exercise, and this would be Zeroid picking. See this, guys? I'm not even touching my instrument yet. Now I'm learning how to really pick. So that's Zeroid picking, and that's coming on the top of the string, right? Just like this, right? So you can see here my little flutters here back and forth, and that's what gives it that little tuck, 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 tuck. And it gives it a very percussive sound. And this percussive sound slash attack makes you guys, you start sounding like a metronome. And when you sound like you're a metronome, your attack is amazing, okay? You listen to guys like Malmsteen or Van Halen, or like their rhythm and their leads and the attack with these guys. That's why you feel the notes, right? They have more of like a meaty side to them. So now let's reverse the supposition. Eddie would be coming in like this if he really wanted to speed play, right? You can see how fast you can go, 100 miles an hour. Now, on the other hand, myself, I don't Zeroid. That's known as Zeroid, and a lot of players do that, right? You'll see their hands out like this. Probably guys like Marty Friedman, maybe. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at his videos a little more. But anyhow, it doesn't matter how you want to do it. But say you take a guy like Malmsteen, once again, this is the guitar string, and if I go down on the string, down on the string, down on the string, down on the string, what's happening is you're making little U's. So on this would be like a U, right? And I'm making little U's, and the little U's become less and less and less and less. And you can see here that now I'm screwing my light bulb from the downside, not the upside, okay? So think of this as a downward U if you're coming from the underside of the strings. So coming with a U, right? Coming with your U. And then at the same time, if you're coming on top, think of it as an upside down U, right? Just tuck, 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 right? So once you realize this, you become a circular genius. Well, you'll become that too, because this is probably why it's called circular picking. I'm doing a circle here, not a full circle, but nonetheless, you can see the circle. I could do my circles up or I can do my circles down. And when I do my circles down, it's not like Zeroid picking like this. It's the same thing, but it's down. And something else that I do, I'm going to show you guys here. So you put the pick in your hand, and you can see here, anytime you see these guys going at work 9, their hands are shaking at 100 miles an hour like this. This is the flutter. I have not an ounce of resistance here, okay? So, like, what happens, basically, is also when you want to, say, tremolo pick, you want to just speed pick on one note or one string, that's where I do a simple down, up, or an up, down, up, down. Just straight like this with the rest, okay? And again, the pick never leaves the string. So, like, probably... right? And I'm stone cold. So you do this for a while, but you never have any resistance. And you don't have any resistance, and the hand just goes like this. See, this guy is just a little flutter. You can do Zeroid, or you can do the underside, which is not Zeroid. And that's about it. There's these other various forms of picking and stuff, but you will never develop that speed that way. You will see guys extending their forefinger out, and when I extend my forefinger out, my thumb follows suit, and they will do that to change strings. So when you do this slap, and I'm coming from the underside, I'm turning my hand. And I'm literally turning my hand like this, as opposed to like this if I were coming on top of the strings. And this is great for... it's great for changing strings. So if I go down, up, so down on the E, up on the A, and I'll mute these strings, down on that, up. And my hand is doing little light bulb things. I'm screwing down this way and I'm screwing down that way. And they're just like little fish hooks. Give me 1 second here. And you will see this, that when you're going like this, there's a lot of motion there. But when you come like this, it's just a little fish hook. And I'm coming from the underside of the string, and it's just a little fish hook. Just a little fish hook. Just a little fish hook to get over it, just a little fish hook to get under it, and over it again. Little fish hook, little fish hook. And when you change strings, and even if you want to play it fast, little fish hooks. Right? Just little tiny fish hooks. See this, guys? Look how barely much my hand is moving, and that's why less is more. I call this economy picking. There's all kinds of people label things all kinds of other ways, but in a simple nutshell, this is economy picking. Look how fast you can go just by letting your hand go like this, all loosey-goosey, right? And playing music is about like being very relaxed, and you can see when you were to close your hand on a pick, look out, right? And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. And probably another great exercise would be to like say if I take this E, A, and I go down, down. If you do a down, down, that's called a slip picking. I slipped down into that note. If I go up, up, I went out of this note and slipped up to this note. So if I went down, down, up, and that's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So down on the E, down on the A, and 1 up on the A. So down on the E, down on the A, 1 up on the A. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1 triplet, 2 triplet, 3 triplet, 4 triplet. Now you can see speed being born here. My picking hand, my elbow is completely rusted on my guitar, and my picking hand is not going anywhere. This pick never leaves the string. It rides all strings, and that's why when these guys are playing, it looks like their pick hand is gliding on a sheet of ice, because it's so smooth, and it's like they're knitting or crocheting, and their pick is barely moving, and they're playing all these notes at warp 9. Another exercise would be like 1, 2, 3, 4. So I go down, down, up, up. So down, down, up, up, down, down, up, up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you can do it on the other strings. And this adds teeth to your playing as opposed to, there's no teeth there. If I go, hear how this adds teeth to my playing, guys? Little down, up, little down, up, little fish hook that way, little fish hook that way, okay? So I'm just going to turn up my volume here. Give me a second.